Good evening, everybody. It is August 29th, 2024. It's 6:38, 6:40 in the evening. I just realized something about myself today. I was told that I was a good friend. I'm not a good friend. I'm an awful friend. And an awful person. I do things that I regret. I say things that I regret. And I don't deserve to have any friends. And that's why I don't have any. I'm not really sure what to say. I just know that everybody's actions are speaking louder than their words. And nobody ever talks to me. And the people that do talk to me, all they want is sex. And people FaceTime me and they don't have any clothes on. And that's been happening for years. And I just realized that it's been like 17 years since I've been in a relationship, a real relationship with anybody. And whenever I was asked one time to be in a relationship, I didn't want to be in the relationship because I was in too much pain. I was physically in too much pain in my body. And I didn't want to put him through that. So I guess I'm not really sure why nobody wants to be my friend and nobody wants to acknowledge that I exist. I guess it's because I'm not a good person. And I don't know how to deal with what's going on the inside of my body. And I feel like God has given up on me. And I was just thinking about that dream that I had back in 2011, I think. And I was thinking about it and it made me more sad. Because I thought that was a dream from God. And I thought that God had something better for me than what I had. But it's been 15 years since I had that dream. I guess I don't deserve anything better than what I have. I guess because I'm not a good person and I'm sorry. I don't like crying in public. And because I feel like it makes me weak and helpless, and I don't like to feel weak and helpless. Sometimes I feel like everybody is ashamed of me. I'm not really sure why people are doing what they're doing. But I sit and think about all the people who have friends and all the people who get to spend time with friends. And I just realized it's been so long since I've had a friend that I'm not sure if I even know how to be a friend to anybody And I guess that makes me a bad friend. And I guess I am selfish. Yeah. Awesome. I said selfish and the notification came up. I'm selfish. I guess I have to realize that about myself and that I'm selfish. And I just want to say that I'm sorry to everybody that I've ever done wrong or I've been a bad friend to or haven't paid attention to, or I just feel like I can't help anybody and I don't know how to be there for anybody. I wanted to. That was one of the things that I wanted to do back in 2010. I wanted to help people, and if anybody ever needed me, I wanted to be able to be there for them. And I know that probably nobody's gonna answer this question, but I'm just gonna put it out there anyway. I have a question. If somebody doesn't want to come over to your apartment because of the way that it looks, is that wrong? Is that not accepting somebody for who they are, or whatever transition that they're in? Is that what a friend is supposed to do? I used to have a definition for a friend, and I guess I took it from my old school days whenever I had real friends. And we used to spend time together, and we used to hang out at school together and write notes back and forth to each other, and we would spend time at each other's houses, and we would go out and do stuff, and nobody wants to do that. Like, I've very rarely done that with anybody in the last 17 years. And it's like, I just feel like everybody's just left me. I don't know what I've done. I know I've probably done something wrong, but I've just been, not that I probably shouldn't say it, but anyways, I guess it's just gonna be me and Jeremy. I was gonna leave the apartment because of something that Jeremy did while my son was here. And also the inside of my body keeps telling me that everybody hates me. And you know what? If you do, I don't blame you. I am a horrible person and I'm not a good friend. And maybe you've been believing rumors about me. Maybe that's why you hate me. I'm not really sure, but I feel like everybody hates me. And I know I shouldn't care, but whenever you feel this alone in life, it sucks. It sucks really bad. And I used to think that, being a friend to somebody was spending time with them and, going out and doing stuff with them, and, anything. It could be anything. It doesn't even have to cost anything. And nobody wants to do that. And I don't know why. So, I guess it's just gonna be me and Jeremy, because I think the reason that I'm gonna do it is because, one, I don't want to be homeless. because being homeless is gonna suck. And two, Jeremy's been there for me. He's really been there for me. Is he the perfect person? No, he's not. He doesn't believe in anything that I believe in. But last night, he told me something that I think a friend would say. He said, we were talking about the Holy Spirit. And I said something about, I was like, how can you say that the Holy Spirit's not real? I was like, it's in the Bible. And I told him about a time whenever I was married to Dave Cunningham, and we were standing in his kitchen, and we were all holding hands, and all of a sudden we were praying, and I started speaking in tongues, and I had my hand raised, had this hand raised, and all of a sudden I felt a tingle go through my hand, and it was like tingling for like the longest time. And evidently it was a word for his Aunt Barb, and his Grandpa John interpreted the word. And I was like, how can that not be real? I was like, I didn't know how to speak in tongues. And he said, don't let anybody tell you that something isn't what it is if you believe that that's what it is. And that's what I think that a friend would say. Has he done everything right? No, he hasn't. I feel like a lot of times I feel miserable here. And I'm depressed all the time. I haven't been as depressed, but today, for some reason, whenever I was told that I was a good friend, I realized that I wasn't. And that I wasn't putting everybody's needs before mine. And that's wrong of me. And I shouldn't have done that. And I apologize that I've been so selfish. So I get why everybody hates me. And I get why everybody thinks that I'm a horrible person, because I am. I'm a horrible, selfish person. And I have no friends because of it. Nobody wants to be around me. Not even my kids. Like, it surprises me every time I see Tristan walk through that door, because whenever he's here, it seems like he doesn't want to be around me, but he is a teenager. I didn't really want to be around my mom whenever I was a teenager. You know, I wanted to be outside jumping on the trampoline or riding the three-wheeler or doing something outside or being with my friends. But I did spend time with my mom. And whenever I spent time with my mom, I liked it. And I thought, you know, I'm doing a good thing here. Spending time with my mom. I'm not really sure if she wanted me to spend time with her, because nowadays she doesn't even call me anymore. She doesn't text me. She doesn't call me. Like, I could go a whole entire year without hearing from her at all. And it's the same way with all of my family. Nobody wants to talk to me. I just feel like everybody hates me. And if you do, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I ever did to you. I'm sorry for what I ever said to you. But I realize now that I'm probably better off alone. And I'm just going to have to deal with that. I'm going to have to live with that the best way that I can. And I'm not good at living life because I have no idea. Like, I called my ex-husband today, Steve, and to tell him about what happened here this weekend with Jeremy while Tristan was here, and I was scared to tell him because I was afraid that I wasn't going to get to see Tristan anymore. But I can't help what Jeremy does. I have tried to tell him over and over and over and over again, please don't do this, please don't do that, please don't do this, please don't do that, or please do this, or please do that. And he just does what he wants to do, and I can't do anything about it. That's his free will. I believe that everybody should have free will, but there are certain lines that you cross, and he crossed one. And I talked to him about it, not in a good way, but I at least got it out. And I told him that I couldn't do it anymore. I'm so tired. It's been 15 years that I've been doing this. I do everything around here. Everything. And then he wants to blame stuff on me. Well, there are dishes in the sink. I clean the kitchen almost every day. I have to. This apartment is so small that you have to clean it or it looks cluttered, and it drives me crazy after a while. And I just can't take it anymore, and I have to clean the apartment. And I feel like I do that all the time. And he doesn't even say thank you. I think that him letting me live here is, him letting me live here is his thank you to me. Because I live here, I'm just going to tell the truth. I'm just going to let all my stuff hang out. I live here for free. I don't have to pay rent. I don't have to pay electric. I don't have to pay. Water is free. So I'm blessed in that regard. And I did help pay rent one time. And I have offered to pay rent many times. Whenever I had money, I offered to pay rent. So it's not like I'm just, I'm sure somebody can think of something, because somebody can always think of something. But I'm sorry that I'm a bad friend, and I'm sorry that I'm a horrible person, and I feel about as worthless and about as useless as some inanimate object that doesn't do anything. And I guess I'm just gonna have to be alone, because it's probably better that way. Because I feel like, the poking in my body evidently agreed with me that it's better that way, that I'm alone. I deserve to be alone, evidently, because I'm a horrible person, and I've been a horrible friend, and I've been selfish, and I probably haven't been there for people whenever they wanted me to be there for them, and I don't do what the inside of my body tells me to do all the time, and it's because I want to be free. I want to be free to do what I want to do, and to live my life the way that I want to live my life. And I guess if that makes me a bad friend, I'm sorry. But I'm not gonna lie, I see people's comments on Facebook all the time, and I don't get any comments. All I get are these guys trying to hit on me and have sex with me. And they don't even want to talk to me on my Facebook page first. Is that all I'm worth? Is for guys just to hit on me? I'm not good at long distance relationships. I have never been good at long distance relationships. I suck at communication. I've learned to be more communicative since I've lived with Jeremy, because Jeremy's less of a communication person than I am. So I've learned to be more of a communicative person. But, and I get jealous. I'm not going to lie. I'm jealous that everybody else in the whole world has friends and I don't. I'm alone. I have Jeremy. And I have to put up with what he doesn't do or does do. I would rather not put that out there for the whole world to know what he did. But let's just say he crossed a line that he shouldn't have crossed. And he's done that several times. And he's ran people away and they've never came back because they think that he doesn't want them here. And people have came to this apartment and left and never came back because of him. Everybody that has ever been here has said, I don't think Jeremy wants me here. And another person said they didn't want to be here because of the way the apartment looked. Because it was messy. To me, that's not a friend. A friend would have, I offered to go have coffee with him and I offered to just pay for myself because I have like $6 to my name. And he just ignored the question. And he said, you're a good friend to me. You're my good friend. Am I wrong in thinking that that's the way a friend is supposed to be? That you're just not supposed to spend any time with one another? Like, ever? And then be like, oh, you're a good friend. That's not a good friend. In my opinion, that's not a good friend. And I know that I haven't been a good friend. But I remember one time on Facebook, I went through all of my friends and I said hi to every friend. Literally every friend on my Facebook. And nobody responded. So I gave up. I thought, nobody wants to talk to me. The only people that want to talk to me are people that want to have sex with me or have a long distance relationship with me. And then it probably wouldn't even be real anyway. The inside of my body is telling me to respect having sex with me and it's permanent. I have no idea what it's talking about. I'm supposed to respect everybody, but it doesn't seem like that I get any respect. I thought that as a human being, I thought that everybody in the whole world deserved at least a little respect. I don't even know why this is happening to me anymore. But all I know is I don't want to put anybody through this. Because this is a lot to deal with. All of my issues that I have, I got so many issues and I got so many things that I have to deal with. And then you add this poking and prodding and pain to everything else, and I don't want to put anybody through that, and I don't want everybody to think that I'm crazy. So it's better that I'm alone, because I realized that those days of having real friends are over, and they've been over for a long time. So if I stay here with Jeremy, it's because he has taken care of me and put me up whenever I didn't have anywhere else to go. Yes, do I have to do everything around here? Yes, I do. And a lot of times that's why the apartment looks like a disaster area. Plus, I've been depressed and I haven't felt like cleaning it. But here lately, I've felt like cleaning it. I've had more motivation and I felt like cleaning it. Because after a while, you just get tired of it being messy. So I realized that those days of me having friends are over. And I'm supposed to be alone for the rest of my life. And I'm just going to have to deal with that. Along with a lot of other stuff that's going on in the world and with other people, and it's gonna suck because I don't know how to do this by myself. I have failed so many times trying to figure out how to do this by myself, and I have failed so many times. I have no idea how people can stay friends for years and years and years and years and years. It doesn't happen for me. I guess because I'm a horrible person and I'm selfish. And I'm sorry. And I don't know how to do that. I feel like it's too late if I try to put everybody else's needs before mine. I'm sorry if I've made anybody feel that way. I thought that I used to be a good friend, but it's been so long. It's been like 17 years since I've been a real friend to anybody that I probably don't even know how to be a friend to anybody. So I guess that I just don't deserve to have friends. I don't deserve to have anybody. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm so selfish and that I feel like I'm difficult to love and a freaking handful because I'm just so emotional all the time, and I don't want to put anybody through this because I have no idea if anybody would want to go through this with me. So I guess I'm just gonna be alone. And it's not because I want to be antisocial. It's because I used to be really social. I used to be really outgoing. And I would talk to anybody and be friends with anybody. But I realized that that's just not how the world works anymore. And people aren't nice. They're cruel. And whatever this poking is on the inside of my body is telling me that everybody hates me. I feel like I've let everybody in the whole world down. I feel like... No, that's what I feel like. I feel like I've let the whole world down. And I'm just gonna have to deal with the fact that I have no friends because nobody wants to talk to me. So I just wanted to say this before I forgot. I was gonna put it on the video that I was gonna make tonight. I've tried to pull myself together like a couple of times already. I guess this is just the way my life's gonna be. And it's really, really difficult to deal with. Because as far as I know, we weren't made to be alone. But some people like to be alone. I've asked Jeremy if he likes being alone, and he says yes, he likes being alone. And I'm like, how is that possible? But I guess I'm just gonna have to deal with the fact that I'm gonna be alone for the rest of my life, however long that is. But I just wanted to apologize to everybody. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm a horrible person. And my phone's about to die. It's at 5%. So I have to end this video. But I'll probably make another one tonight. And because I really feel like I need to talk about this, and I have nobody to talk to. Like, Jeremy will let me talk to him, but he's not a very good communicator. Just like I'm not a very good communicator. So anyway, that's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for the people that watch my videos. I really am, because I've learned to appreciate things in this life and be thankful and grateful for what I have in this life. Because whenever you lose everything, or almost everything, that you learn to appreciate what you have. And I haven't been doing that lately, and I'm gonna start doing that, so that maybe it will make me be a little more happier. I know I don't deserve to be happy. I don't deserve anything. But I'm gonna try to do it anyway. Because nobody deserves to feel like this. Nobody deserves to feel this alone and this abandoned. It's because they want to possibly believe a lie that's been told about me. Or something. Or they're doing what somebody is telling them to do, or something. I'm not sure what's going on, but all I know is that it makes me sad, and I'm jealous, but I'm just gonna have to learn to live with what I have. And that is, Jeremy and I are friends. And one of the reasons why I'm friends with Jeremy is because Jeremy doesn't have anybody either. And that's one of the reasons